thought I'd make a video hopefully showing you how to strip down an original Model 75 to replace the piston seals. First off, we want to remove the sight. Take this wheel and turn it in an anti-clockwise fashion, and that'll just slide off. Right to one side. To remove the stock, we need a Allen key, 2 Allen bolts that need removing. There's one here. Side. There's another one at the front, which is countersunk down inside that rail. That comes out easy enough. Unscrew that, and then the stock should separate. First thing we need to do is remove this cocking arm. Just in here, there's a C-clip. Very careful with these can ping all over the place, so you get a screwdriver in there and just release it like that. Get that to one side. Just get a little dish and put the bits in. Don't want to lose anything. That pin should push out quite easy. If you take the pressure off the cocking arm by just releasing it, it should push out like that. That's your pin. When you remove this bit, there's 2 spacer washers in here. Just be careful that you get them both. There's one popped out there. There's the other one just down there. Just 2 thin shims. If I turn that over, there's another C-clip just there. It's a smaller one. We need to push that off. It comes away like that. Tiny C-clip. That pin again should just pull out. No problem. That gets the arm off. Save having this bit flopping around all over the place. Get yourself an elastic band, or in my case I use a bit of masking tape. Just fold it forward. That'll be good. Wrap a bit of tape around it. Now that saves that flopping around, getting in the way. Just get rid of that paper. So that's that. That's the stock out of the way. That's the cocky arm and the pins out of the way. The trigger latch is the next thing, and that's this bit at the back here. You see it bounces up and down. It's on a spring, so be careful. Again, there's a pin in here. I just use a cocktail stick. They're only loose fitting. Just push that out. Either way, don't really matter. Push it through. Take the pin out. There's the spring. Take note of which way that goes in. It's actually, when you put it back, it goes in that way. Take photos, that's the easiest thing, either on your camera or your phone or whatever. Take plenty of photos. And that bit lifts out there. That come out that way up. Like that. That's the pin. Next thing is we've got this arm flopping around and the trigger. Again, there's another pin just here. Then holds those two components in. Again, just a cocktail stick I use. Push the pin straight out. Trigger with a little wiggle, comes out very easy. Just set these bits to one side. That arm will come off there as well, that was on there with the trigger. That pulls off there. Next thing, there's two springs. This one here isn't too bad. It's a shorter spring and it's not too loaded. Take that one out. Then there's one just in there at the front. It's a longer spring and it's under a lot more tension, so be careful when you're taking that out, because it will fly all over the place if you don't get hold of it. See, it's quite a bit longer, so you can't get them mixed up. That's the front one, that's the back one. There's these two silver springs in here. They can unhook, hopefully. Actually, I think we can leave them on there for a minute like that. They're a bit fiddly, especially if you've got sausages for fingers. There we go. That's we'll leave those there for a minute. Well, actually it's come off, so that's a bonus. Saves fiddling. See if we get that one off there. That comes off there, like that. Next thing is this arm. There's an arm in here. We need to release that. Let that out of the way. Again, there's another pin. It's got a knobbly end on that one, look. And it's flush that end, so just push that through. Push it out. Pop that in there. That lets that arm loose in there. So now we can take this this back cover off. To do that, we need to remove this locking screw. Just take that off. This unscrews. They can be very, very tight sometimes. If they are, then you just have to get some grips on it and put a bit of cloth around there, and probably a little bit of heat, not too much. You don't want to damage anything. I've been lucky with this one. It's nice and loose. Although I did take it off prior to make sure it was going to come off, and it did. It came off just as easy as that. Now in there, so there's a bit more light on. Really, bear with me. I don't know if that's made any difference. Now in there should be a washer. Because I've already taken this off, I've cleaned all that out. And what it was like was no more than sawdust. It was a leather washer, and they dry out, and then they just deteriorate. So that's one that's got to be replaced anyway. So that's that cover off. Now the next thing we need to do is loosen these caps. There's a gear. Well, before I do that, I can do this. This pin, just here, that can come out, because that's only holding that part in there which is flapping around. So we can actually, hopefully, he says, no, don't come out when you want them to. We'll leave it at that for now. That ain't gonna harm. Anyway, if that pin comes out, that piece could come out. Typical. The main thing is these caps, there's one either side, they've got to be loosened off. I've already done this for the very good reason was this one was an absolute pig. It was that tight. You can probably see I've had to butcher it a bit to get it going. I made a tool up with these two pegs that would drop in the holes. So I made this plate up with a couple of holes in. That should drop on there. And you can turn it. Now I've got it going a bit. This is what they call loose. This is about as loose as you want it. The thing is to loosen both of these off before you take them off. Don't take them right off, in other words, like just slacken them off. I've done that side as well. Now what you'll need now is a spring compressor, because you've got to take the pressure off the main spring before you can release these. So all I've got is a socket there. Just put it on its back, screw that up a bit. We'll take some of the pressure off that spring. Now we should be able to take these both off. Give a bit of a tap. That was a lot easier to turn actually. So I just turn. Just turn like that. That's that one off. So I've removed both covers now from either side of the chamber, and inside there, I'll try and get the light right on it, there's a rack and pinion. There's one on the other side as well. Now what you want to do is mark the position of the pinion cog on to the rack so that they go back in exactly the same place as what they are at the moment. Once you've done that, you can actually lift out the cog at this stage, and I'll just do that now. Try and do it while I'm holding the camera. Pair along those pliers, and you can see that's come out that side. There's the red paint marks. There's the red paint marks on the rack. There's a rack at the bottom and there's a rack at the top. Don't get these mixed up, so put them to one side, these cogs, put them to one side so that you know which is right and left. I'll just turn this over now. And there's the other pinion gear, just in there, and I'll do the same with that. So along those pliers, and we'll pull that out. So that's the right hand one. So as you can see, I've taken the gun out the spring compressor, and that's allowed the top rack, that would be that way as it came out, that's allowed that to come out. So we can actually take that out of the way, put it to one side. You can see the red marks now that are made on the rack, both sides. Be very, very careful, don't wipe them off. I'm going to leave these now to dry so I don't lose the marks, and then we'll carry on. Okay, so at this stage we can remove the spring. You can see it's not like your normal spring, this compresses from both ends when you operate the cocking lever. Put that down there to one side. On here we have a screw that's actually held in with a little locking nut. So to get that out, we just need to, I'll just put a pair of pliers on that nut. I'll unscrew the screw. Also a little washer there. Get the screw out. Got a bigger washer. This spring needs to come off. Right, so you leave that other end attached. Let it drop down there out of the way. Now in here we have a another C-clip, which we can do again out. So I'll just push that with a screwdriver, it's easier. Maybe. There we go. A little C-clip there. Needs to come off. The pin can be pushed out now because that's why we had to take that spring off, so you can get that pin out there. Look, that just pushes out there. So that's the C-clip out of the way with the pin. We need to get this hook out what I struggled with a bit earlier on. That's going to come out now, so yeah, it's come out this time. That comes out the side there quite easily that time. Now here, there's another screw. There's no nut to that, it's just screwed in. So take that out like that. There's a little washer that goes with this as well. Screw the washer, put that to one side. Now this should all start to lift up and move out of the way a bit, because inside here there's a compensation tube what's going to come out. It's a case of lifting these bits of lever up out of the way once it starts to come, it comes out quite easily. There we go. There's a bit of crud inside there. This will all get cleaned out properly, degreased and re-lubricated where it needs it before it's put back together. Right, now we can actually remove the piston and rack. To do that, just get a screwdriver and on the cogs or the teeth, go there and just gradually work it back along the tube. Keep it coming back. Oh, there you go. And it slides out. Now you can see that the actual piston seal's pretty well gone. That's how the back one was. We'll put that down there for the time being. Now, to get the actual compression tube out, spring caught up. To get the compression tube out, just take this bit of tape off. This arm will come up then. If you rotate it anti-clockwise like you're unscrewing it, which is in effect you are, that'll lift out then. To get that out, just push it back all the way out. Tiny screw that goes in there. That's what holds that. That's what holds that arm on. You see that hole in that screw. It's what you're actually screwing it to. If you can't tighten it up like that, when that goes back in, that screw will line up with that hole, so you can actually use a screwdriver on it if it just keeps spinning. But I'll show you all that when I do the video for putting it back together. So it's just a case now of cleaning everything up, getting all the bits and mess out of there. Breech seal which sits in there, that's going to need replacing as well. So that's basically the strip down video. I'll be, like I say, I'll be making a video for reassembly. Look forward to doing it.